God, it's gonna be bumpy!
Sonic Lost World so desperately wants to be Mario Galaxy. The trouble is, where Galaxy presented its more difficult challenges only to those who actively chose to pursue them, Lost World bombards you with arduous platforming trials at every turn. The first level, for example, is a take on the classic Green Hill zones of past Sonic games. Long grass-covered cylinders and floating planetoids are home to complex spring arrangements and rolling spiked balls that leave just the tiniest of gaps for you to squeeze through. Then there are the enemies, which often lie directly in the path of speed boosters and at the end of long spring-aided jumps. It's all the inordinately tricky platforming of Galaxy without any of the gentle trials needed to ease you into it. That's odd considering that this is a game that shamelessly lifts ideas from its plumber-fronted rival. Each of its levels are filled with the same free-floating islands and gravity-based trickery that made Galaxy such a success, and even includes those super tricky tunnels and half-pipes.
Make me look bad!
Lost World's copying isn't necessarily a bad thing. After all, if you're going to take ideas from anywhere, it might as well be from Galaxy. And sometimes this approach works, and there are often some neat puzzles and challenges to play through. A lot of the time though, Lost World lacks its rival's finesse. Sonic's raw speed sits uncomfortably alongside the gravity-based platforming, making it far too easy to suddenly leap off into oblivion. And while you can at least slow Sonic down to a more sedate pace, his overly twitchy movement makes it tricky to land on certain platforms or perform the precise movements needed to nab one of the many red coins hidden amongst a level. Lost World's own ideas often fall flat too. Rings placed alluringly at the sides of walls can be reached with a spot of parkour, but its implementation is clumsy. All too often, I found myself cursing at the screen as Sonic failed to leap smoothly from platform to a wall run and frustratingly plunged to his death in endless space. The wisp powers of Sonic colours, such as a drill and a rocket, make a return, but they're more of an amusing aside than an integral part of Sonic's arsenal. Then there are the new powers, such as Eagle, which uses the motion sensor to fly Sonic through the air, but does so erratically, with an imprecision that makes collecting the bonus rings it puts tantalisingly within reach a nightmare. Lost World fares better in its 2D sections. Zipping Sonic through loop-the-loops and smashing badniks to free the cutesy animals trapped within is great fun, with the depth and control niggles far less of an issue here. And while the challenges aren't all that imaginative, they're way more enjoyable than the frustrating mishmash of speed and exploration found in the 3D sections.
Whoa, overcompensate much? Man, how many military factories does a guy need?
Tying it all together is a story that plays out much like a Saturday morning kids show, complete with grating 90210 voice acting and a gross overuse of the word bro. Plus, while it's not going to win any awards for its art style, Lost World's colourful visuals are easy on the eye and even raise a smile or two during its more esoteric moments.
You just want to go smash it, don't you?
Well, yeah. What? It's what I do!
That some non-offensive visuals and a few fun 2D sections are the highlights of a largely 3D game is telling. Sonic Lost World overtly covets the great Italian plumber, but in doing so it smothers the talents of its blazing blue hedgehog. There were moments when I thought it might all come together, and Sonic's fun, if slightly erratic speed would be matched to levels that were intelligently designed to make the most of it. There were some brief glimpses of that, but for the most part, Sonic Lost World is confused and derivative, and tries far too hard to be clever without any intelligent design to back it up.